Events that change the balance on the battlefield continue unabated. A recent major attack has seriously called into question both the robustness of military strategies and the effectiveness of existing defense systems. Such attacks not only affect the conflicts on the ground, but also have the potential to have a profound impact on the regional balance of power in the long term. As both sides face unexpected moves in an increasingly complex war environment, surprise attacks are becoming the norm rather than the exception. However, questions arise. Why are such attacks so critical, and how can they change the course of the war? Today we bring you the details of a remarkable operation. The attack, which took place in recent days, came at an unexpected juncture and attracted the attention of both military experts and political circles. The target of the attack was a defense line that was thought to be strong and prepared. However, the impact of the attack broke the expected resistance of this line and turned all the focus to this area. This defense system, which had been claimed to provide superior protection for some time, faced such an effective attack, raising serious questions about its reliability and future use. This incident, which should be considered not only in its military dimension, but also in its psychological and diplomatic repercussions, could be a turning point that could change the course of the conflict. The ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine has turned into a struggle in which not only strategic moves, but also the weaknesses of technological and logistical infrastructures have been highlighted. The latest attacks may have consequences beyond the disabling of a defense system. It's predicted that the balance in the region where the attack took place will be reshaped, and the logistical support and technologies used behind the front lines will be reconsidered. This event highlights the need to reassess the entire dynamics of the war. Both sides of the war will have to strategically reanalyze risks and opportunities. Why was the chosen target of the attack important? What impact can this move have on the military and political arena? And most importantly, what role can the consequences of this attack play on future operations? Today we're looking for answers to these questions. Let's analyze these developments together in detail. Before we get into our report, though, a quick reminder. The Pioneer team is definitely real. None of my team members or me are artificial intelligence, and even though AI is extremely advanced, it's still not as good as us. So don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our daily reports and explanations. We do read all the comments you leave on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content. Tell us in the comments what content you'd like to see on the Pioneer channel. And now let us begin if you're ready. The Pioneer reports. In the Russia-Ukraine war, there was a development that could change the course of the war. In a cross-border operation on Russian territory, Ukraine, using long-range weapons purchased from the United States, targeted an advanced Russian air defense system in the strategically important Kursk region. This attack attracted attention not only for its effects on the battlefield, but also for its repercussions in the international arena. A close look at the details of the operation and its impact on the balance of power in the region is crucial for understanding this critical development. The Ukrainian General Staff announced that a radar station of the S-400 air defense system located in Kursk was successfully destroyed at midnight. The S-400 is known as one of Russia's most modern air defense systems and is often considered the equivalent of the US Patriot system. This attack once again demonstrated Ukraine's military capabilities backed by modern technology. The Russian Defense Ministry didn't officially confirm the attack, but claimed that 27 drones were destroyed in the skies over Kursk. Another remarkable aspect of this operation was that the United States authorized Ukraine to use long-range ballistic missiles, such as the Army Tactical Missile System, ATACMS. With a range of about 300 kilometers, these missiles allowed Ukraine to strike strategic targets deep inside Russia. This shows the extent of the US-Ukraine military cooperation and a more aggressive strategy against Russia. Russia has vowed a tough response to such attacks and announced that it launched a hypersonic medium-range ballistic missile into Ukraine last weekend. Russian officials said the missile was an experimental model and was used to test Ukraine's defenses. However, how effective this retaliation will be in the course of the war will become clearer in the coming days. Kursk has recently become a key strategic point in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. In August, Ukraine launched a surprise attack on Kursk, making Russia's advances in the region significantly more difficult. This was the largest Ukrainian offensive on Russian territory since the beginning of the war, and the first time since World War II that Russia faced a ground offensive by another country on its territory. The fighting, particularly in the Sudzha and Korenevo regions, weakened Russia's control over these areas. Although Sudzha is still under Russian control, many critical points in the surrounding area have fallen into Ukrainian hands. These developments call into question the effectiveness of the Russian army on the borderline and demonstrate the success of Ukraine's offensive strategy. Another noteworthy element in the recent conflict has been North Korea's military support for Russia. According to South Korean, US and Ukrainian intelligence reports, Moscow has sent more than 10,000 North Korean troops to the Kursk region. These soldiers allegedly wore Russian military uniforms and were integrated into the Kremlin's existing forces. It's also reported that North Korea is providing Russia with ammunition and missiles, thus reducing the cost of the war and alleviating logistical problems. Although Russia has not made an official statement on the presence of North Korean troops, military cooperation between the two countries is deepening. According to South Korean officials, Russia has provided North Korea with air defense equipment and economic aid. This shows the two countries are forming a common front against international sanctions. The Russia-Ukraine war has become a global crisis with increasing intervention by international actors. The indirect involvement of the United States in the war by providing high-tech weapons to Ukraine and North Korea's open support to Russia have transformed the conflict from a regional struggle into a problem affecting the international balance of power. Russia's harsh rhetoric against the US and NATO countries shows the conflict is becoming increasingly complex. At the same time, North Korea's involvement in this war is seen as a development that could shake the geopolitical balance in Asia. The attack on the S-400 air defense system in Kursk once again demonstrated Ukraine's capacity for cross-border operations and the weaknesses in Russia's defense systems. North Korea's involvement in the war has further complicated the conflict. What do you think? What are the implications of this attack? Do you think the Ukrainian army will continue similar attacks? Let us know in the comments. We read and care about your opinions.